when you're doing the images and when you're doing transfer, you have to remember that everything's foreground to background. So you put what is going to be seen down first. So I do my black lines, and then I'll add the colors that I want to be most prevalent and work my way up. So slip trailer, I love these ones from ZM because you can change out the tip to have different thicknesses, thinnesses. I think the black is a 19. And what's great is these tips are actually a scientific tool that go on pipettes and things. So it's lure locks. And of course, I always forget whether it's LEUR or LUER. But you can buy a box of 50 of them for really cheap on Amazon. I like to leave my slips in here as long as I can, but they can become hard or they separate, so you need to shake it a lot, and then you get air bubbles. So I try to refill them often, but the other thing is the needles get stuck. So this is my other favorite tip is fishing line. I live where there's really hard water, and so all of these tools come with needles to put in there, but they're metal, and the metals corrode with my water, um, and then get stuck, and like the head will come off and you can't get the needle out. So I have learned to really love fishing line, and you can get different thicknesses. Um, and it doesn't corrode in your needle, and it's fairly inexpensive, and you can just replace it. I get the green so that I can find it when it falls on the floor rather than the clear. And I cut it at a bevel so it goes into the um, the needle easier. And like this one here, I have a little knot that just gives it a play. Like it only goes so far because I have lost them inside of the the needle as well. The other thing that I really love is these friction pens or any erasable pens. They have, because they're a color, so I can see them, but you can erase them if it's not quite what you want without ruining the paper. It's But I love the color. I used to use pencils, but pencil becomes the same color as the slip, or the slip becomes the same color as the pencil, and you can't see that. So, but often I'll draw them out, designs out, so that I can kind of plan the size and shape. Or if I'm drawing a new flower, I'm not, as much as I do draw, I'm not very good at drawing, or it doesn't come easy. I have to work really hard, which I know is everything. We have to work hard, but I allow myself to look at other images. I've used a light box to trace something to see how to teach your hands how to do that shape or that design. So I want my lines to be somewhat fast and smooth with crisp lines, I guess. And I end up cutting this paper into parts just because it will fit pieces easier.